Okay, so for those folks, we are live. For those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon muser this evening. This evening, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign, playing Paizo Publishing's second edition Pathfinder role-playing game set in Greg Gillespie's very cool Barrowmaze Complete. And with me tonight, returning back to the Barrowmaze, are the stars of the Bound for the Barrowmaze, or Back to the Barrowmaze campaign, I suppose. I'll go the order that I've got you guys on the screen here. We've got a bunch of people returning to the Barrowmaze, and then we have someone who is entering the Barrowmoor for the first time. So, first up, we'll do the returning vets. We've got, first up, Jeffrey. Oh, you might be muted there, Jeff.
You're right. I'm Jeff. I'm playing Badonk Bent Bucket. He is, excuse me, a goblin monk and acrobat. And tonight we are drinking Auchentoshan.
Ooh, nice. And next up is Arlen Walker.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I am playing Sir Yvain, a paladin and scholar and new entry into the Barrowmaze.
Nice. And next up, another returning vet is Dave.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave at David J. Forte on Twitter and Instagram, and be playing Wes Littlefoot, Halfling Ranger, and he's not a sir, he's a stir. He stirs up shit.
By which you mean grabbing every cursed item available?
See how it works, and I will be drinking something, but I'll have to go get
it. Nice. And last but not least, joining us for the first time in the Barrowmaze is one of the regular stars of our Saturday Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea game, is Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl. I'm playing Buka Duskwort. He is a halfling, a Twilight halfling heritage, and he is an alchemist, so we gotta check out how alchemists work in Pathfinder 2 today.
Nice. Oh, you know, one thing I should set up. So I've set up a couple of things on your character sheet there, Carl, or your token. What is it that alchemist? I can't remember what the class, like whatever it is, the resource that they use. Is it called focus or is it called something else? Is it called resonance?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second. If there isn't something, if this may not be something that I need to track, I actually haven't created. I've made pre-gens for almost everything so far, but I haven't had to do a pre-gen alchemist. So, okay, alchemy formulae, infused. You don't track anymore. Okay, cool. So in the playtest, we had someone playing an alchemist in the playtest, and the playtest had that stuff. Oh, Dave, you're keeping it Canadian today.
Oh yeah, bud.
I wish I had my video. I could show some of my.
Oh, Canada.
Next time.
Yeah, there's a little bit of dueling whiskeys here. 2 Canadians and 2 Texans. So, Carl, because this is your first time in the Barrowmoor, let me give a little bit of background here. So let's first go over to the intro sheet, because we're going to set up for what's happened thus far with our brave 2 halflings. And the 2 halflings are, of course, Wes Littlefoot and Buka Duskwort. So, guys, let me bring you over here. Boom. Did that work? I think so. Wait.
Got it.
Yes, okay. So, first off, the campaign takes place in this place here. It is the... Oh, I got to get some space here. Boom, and boom. The Duchy of Eric. And within the Duchy of Eric, there is this sprawling region known as the Barrowmoor. So I'm going to start you off with the same intro text that every initiate to the Barrowmoor gets. The Barrowmoor dominates the Duchy of Eric. The moor is a vast, fetid bog roughly 30 miles north and south and 35 miles east and west. Within the marsh, an obscuring fog hangs heavily on the landscape and easily disorients travelers. At dusk, the fog is nearly impenetrable, and the moon casts an eerie glow across the moor. The air feels thick and hard to breathe. The marsh smells of rot and decay, The ground of the Barrowmoor is soft, and footprints quickly fill with dark, peat-colored water. The bog is difficult to navigate due to the tangled and near impenetrable mass of decaying trees, weeds that stand 7 feet tall, knotted vines, and deep pools of black swamp water. The moor is an unnervingly silent place. Occasionally, the deep croak of a bullfrog can be heard before it plops in the water, or perhaps the distant caw of a raven. But otherwise, the moor is strangely quiet. Stories abound about the monsters and inhabitants of the Barrowmoor. A tribe of froglings is known to exist somewhere in the central eastern portion of the marsh. These small, frog-like humanoids often emerge from the moor to attack caravans traveling back and forth along the trade routes to Helix and Bogtown. Locals also tell stories of pterodactyls and larger pterodons flying above the marsh. The rangers brave enough to journey across the bog also tell tales of lizard men conducting strange rituals around ancient standing stones to the south. And for much of the year, the Barrowmoor is near impenetrable, but during the late fall, winter, and early spring, that grows to being nearly completely impenetrable. At present, we are in the heart of the winter season, and the Barrowmoor is cloaked in heavy, thick snow. In fact, you and your new companion, Wes, you've actually been traveling back from Ironguard Mott. Wes had some business there to deal with, and you've been staying in Helix through the off-season. Helix itself, the town, is normally the place from which all expeditions down into the Barrowmaze itself. What you've heard is over the last 2 years, I'll leave it to you to decide what brought Buka out here in the first place, but over the last 2 years, the legendary Barrowmaze has been breached, and heroes, in particular this group led apparently by a lucky goblin, have been delving down in there and bringing back riches. And the town of Helix is located between the northern edge of the Barrowmoor and the south of the Blackened Forest. Humans established the village centuries ago atop the ruins of a much older settlement. The location affords access to water, the protection of the forest, and fuel supply in the form of harvested peat moss from the bog. The time of year also influences the village population. Helix appears relatively quiet during the rainy season in the fall and the winter months, and during this time only the foolish would attempt to cross the marsh. Even highly skilled rangers and druids would think twice. The rising levels during the rainy season and then the inevitable snow and freeze that come serve as enough of a deterrent for most going in. And yet, what we open our scene with is 2 brave halflings venturing through that very Barrowmoor. So let me show you, Carl, what we're looking at as we're making our way through the Barrowmoor. So there we go. That is a good indicator of what the Barrowmoor looks like. Now to this would be during the summer season and part of the spring and early fall. But at this time, you can picture that scene covered in thick, heavy snow. Now the only... is Buka trained in survival? Oh, you might be muted there.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
yes, he
great.
is.
So yeah, so then you're able to keep up with Wes. Wes is a little faster just because he seems at this point, after spending an entire summer season venturing back and forth from the Barrowmoor or the Barrowmaze, he has known this well. Now, Wes and Buka, where you are, it is late in the day. And Wes, you will know this better than any, but to venture into the Barrowmoor at night is near suicide. And yet, what you heard is that your good friends, Badonk, and your new friend, Sir Yvain, who comes from the same order that Sir Albus once came from, the Order of Champions of Arcantril, the goddess of magic and spells. Well, they ventured in along with a kind of a scoundrel wizard named Bargle. They ventured into the and your good friend Werbin as well too, Werbin Silverstone. Mr. Werbin. So what you heard happen, you came back somewhat late, and you heard from Brother Otar what had happened. And I'll leave it to you to tell me whether I was correct in assuming that you'd be racing after him. Because what has happened is it seems that Hendon, the miller, and also the basically the town kind of ranger, he and his son were checking snares, checking snares, and were set upon by some kind of thing. Hendon nearly died and dragged himself, like bleeding out the last of his lifeblood, to his cabin. Brother Othar sent for help from any heroes that were to be found in the Brazen Strumpet. So unfortunately, were not there. But Sir Yvain, Badonk, Bargle, and Werbin, they set out to try and rescue the boy, because the boy, it's said to be, is still alive. So you went out to where the first attack occurred, you found the tracks of your allies, and you've been racing along trying to catch up with them. Buka, what is your speed? I'm wondering if you're maybe lagging behind West just a scooch.
No, it should be 25. Since I got that boost that you informed me I forgot to do, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not encumbered anymore.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, because your strength's high enough.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so 25. Then Wes, what are you? You're 30, aren't you?
Yeah, but West will stop periodically to check the trap.
Absolutely.
Right path, so he won't be. Luca won't be lagging along behind. We'll be going up.
Wes is a ranger, like a halfling ranger.
Wes is a super ranger, master tracker of the Barrowmaze.
So the what I'll do is, guys, we're actually we were supposed to start. So for those at home, forgive me for starting a little late today, but we were supposed to start at 7 o'clock. What I'm going to do today, I'll change this as we go along. But for those of you who are playing Pathfinder 2 for the first time, I want to get you to get in the flow of getting used to hero points. So you each have started with 1 hero point, and let me bring you back to the map we were on. If I can remember which one it is. Here we go. I think it's this one here. And you can see that the hero points are being tracked by the green bar on your tokens. That will update to your character sheet automatically. Because we're a half hour in, guys, welcome to 2 hero points. So what we are going to see is Sir Yvain and Badonk and Bargle were involved. Oh, actually, Badonk, you weren't able to last session. That's right. We were still having technical issues.
Yeah.
Right. So what was happening last session? Actually, Sir Yvain, I think you're the only one who was there for that. Sir Yvain, you want to tell us what happened? We're assuming Badonk and Tamsin and Werbin have come back now.
Yeah, so we fought some kind of weird skellies and some creepy girls and rescued Tamsin, and then we were trying to make our way through the frozen Barrowmore, and there were these weird undead dogs and a whole bunch of them, and they came and we kind of gradually we sort of made our stand on this island, Bargle and I, while Werbin and Badonk led the boy out over the ice to try to make their way in a ultimately unnecessary, but it seemed like a good idea at the time, division of our forces. Let's see. Sir Yvain kind of got the shit kicked out of him, but we ended up killing all of these undead dogs, and now we're recovering.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, while you're recovering, I think the way we left things was with you kind of collapsing down, the breathing heavily, leaning on your bastard sword, which itself is affixed with the symbol of Arcantril. And Badonk and Werbin come running over to you and Bargle. And let me see here. Why don't let's get some dice rolling and get ourselves familiar with the new character sheets. And for those listening at home, at the time of recording, we just had, this is now finally post-launch, and we have new character sheets in Roll20. So the new character sheets look like this. Look very much like the actual character sheets from the book. Now, guys, we talked about this a bit before we went live, but just to reiterate, or maybe I started talking about it and got distracted by something shiny. This, unlike the playtest sheets, this one does not automatically calculate your multi-attack penalty, so we'll have to just do that by hand. Remember that your second attack takes -5, your third attack in a round takes -10, unless you've got an agile thing, which is then -4 or -8. And with Wes, yours is against your hunted target, your prey. Your prey, because of one of your feats, where is it here? Flurry. Your multiple attack penalty is only -3 on the second attack, and then -6, and then even lower with an agile weapon. So, pretty good. Okay, so, what I'd like is for Sir Yvain and Badonk to kindly give me a perception check, each. And then that you should just have to click on your perception, the blue bar, that should roll it for you. And Buka and Wes, which of you has the lower stealth bonus? I think it's probably Buka, just because Wes has got a couple levels on him as well.
You just click on the word perceive, I guess?
I think so, yeah. Nice.
Dang, throat.
Wes has a 5 in proficiency for stealth, but a 9 total.
9 total, okay. Yeah, the total's all we're looking for. Let's see what... let's see here, what's Buka got? I think Buka's probably the more noisy of the two. So stealth is a 4 in total, okay. And he is trained in it. Pretty good. Okay, so what that means is...
The background that I had, I think.
Oh, nice, okay. So as you guys are saying... Oh, I've got too many Wes's on here. Boom. One disappears. So Badonk and actually both Badonk and Sir Yvain, you guys are Badonk. You've kind of come over and you're checking on Sir Yvain, and what you hear is something is making its way through the reeds over in this direction. So what do you guys want to do? I think Werbin and Bargle. Werbin sort of brings the boy back, and Bargle just kind of hides, because that does seem like a Bargle thing to do. What about Sir Yvain and Badonk?
Sorry, what did you say, Kev?
So you guys are moving. You're there. You've been checking on.
Werbin has the boy.
Werbin has the boy, and Bargle is kind of hiding with the boy and Werbin, and you guys are hearing noise coming through the bushes over here.
I'm gonna try and stealthily sneak over here and see what's going on.
Sure. Okay. So then you are. There is an action called sneak. So why don't you? Let's see here. Give me a stealth check, please. Whoa. Yeah, easily. Okay. So what you do is once you sneak over here, you can see. Wes in the lead once again, leading along, and there's another halfling who I think you guys have probably met. Carl, am I right in thinking that Buka kind of arrived in Helix near the end of the season and just decided to sort of weather it, weather the season in Helix and then diving into adventuring or an expedition to the Barrowmaze afterwards?
That sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Sure.
So you guys are that's what you see coming.
Oh, I should also add that Buka has like a little familiar as well.
Oh, cool. What's his familiar?
Familiar is Wart. It's an alchemical familiar, and I imagine it looks like a turnip with arms and legs, and maybe some vestigial antlers that could be roots, because Buka is a worshiper of Hearn the Hunter. So.
Nice. Okay, I love it. Yeah, that's great. You get a hero point for that. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So you've got your little root on the corner. So Badonk, you see, it's your allies. It's Wes and Buka, that other thing you've met.
Oh, Wes! Am I glad to see you, old friend?
Wes, that voice comes out of nowhere.
Badonk-a-dunk!
It's me.
Badonk! Right!
Right here. I'll jump out.
Okay.
What? And he's about to give you a hug, and then he's like, stops. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Where's Mr. Werbin?
They're right over here.
What
Come.
about Mr. Skirk and Mr. Roan? Have you seen them?
I haven't.
They actually haven't been seen, neither Roan nor Skurg, for probably about 3 months or so.
Oh.
Once the rain started, they both sort of disappeared. In fact, like Buka, depending on if you want to keep earning a living, it seems like another alchemist, a half orc, had actually started working with the local Church of Saint Yig to manufacture these potions to help them. I mean, the Hearn is part of the more ancient pantheon, and Saint Yig is part of the Futurus. So there may be, some tension there. But what you've heard is that the guy who had been helping, he actually had markings of the faith, of the Green Faith as well. So he didn't seem to mind working with the church. But
Donk, you look a little beat up. What's going on?
We've had some trouble. But
God.
we've managed to rescue the boy.
More quicksand?
No quicksand this time.
Okay, that's good. This is Buka. Buka Badonk. Badonk Buka. Hey, we got a club going on here.
I'm assuming
do.
you guys, because Helix is not all that big, you guys all would have known each other. In the
All right.
same way that you knew Sir Yvain, too.
Right. Is the Sir not Albus Yvain is like the big metal guy? Is he around too?
He is. He's right over here. Follow me. And
Okay.
I'll lead him through the little
Okay.
brush where everyone is.
Oh, hello there. Good to see you again, sir.
Mm-hmm. Reinforcements. We shall be even more prepared
We didn't bring
if more
reinforcements.
enemies come out of the swamps for us.
We didn't bring reinforcements.
Ah, that's not what I meant, little one.
So it's around that, guys, is when we'll flash back to the way we ended last session, and that's when you hear that kind of like that half, animalistic screech and the half howl of a woman's voice, and you can see off in the direction that you guys came. There's all these bats take up into the air and almost fill that like ochre or orange and rosy kind of colored sky. You guys are being pursued, though this time it seems from the air. So, it does appear that Sir Yvain and Werbin and Bargle have all been involved. Oh, and Badonk too have all been involved in a fight of one degree or another. Now, Sir Yvain, we've already done. Oh wait, did we? I don't think you were reduced that much last time. That last fight, I don't remember it being quite as close as it was with the Skeletal Champion.
So I opened up the stream and looked at the end, and I couldn't see the number, but it was definitely at about a quarter for my health. I was
Okay.
way down.
Now-
I think I only got hit like once by the dogs,
Yeah.
so it wasn't nearly as bad as with the Skeletal Champion, but I was pretty beat up from the first fight anyway. So
Okay, so then the thing we can do now then, guys, is let's just say that we have that for the sake of going through this again, or using this exploration phase action, is you have not been treated. Your wounds have not been treated yet, Sir Yvain.
okay.
Okay, so you are trained in medicine, but as an example of a neat kind of a way you can, that your skill feats can change your character. Wes, you've got a pretty neat ability called Natural Medicine. You see that?
I do.
So what Natural Medicine, normally in order to treat wounds, which is an action under the medicine skill, you need to be trained in, or you don't need to be trained, you just need, or you do need to be trained to treat wounds. There's other ones you don't need to be trained. But with that, what you can do is you can use nature. It's you using like natural remedies and stuff like that to try and heal him. Now, in addition, you can see there that there is a potential bonus you can get to that as well. You see that?
Yep.
So that comes from just kind of like good role playing. If you can come up with a cool description of kind of what you do and what you've been looking for. This is the Wait, it's called lembas. Is that the stuff that they were looking for in Fellowship?
No, that's the bread, the elven bread that they kept eating.
Oh, right, yeah.
Athalas is the name of the
Athalas.
weed.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop putting bread in my wounds. Okay, so would you like to recognizing that Sir Yvain looks pretty beat up? His shield is very, very damaged. I'm not even sure you have a shield anymore. What I was going to suggest is that someone else had one with them, and we'll let you pick one up from them. So we'll assume that you pick it up and kind of you're going to have a fresh shield right now.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Sir Yvain, you've got you look pretty wounded. I saw some herbs on the way in, and I know maybe there's some others that might be around this like rocky outcropping area. And if I find them and mix them together, I might have to chew them a little bit. I could maybe like put that in a poultice for you, and it might help your wounds.
That would be helpful.
Okay.
Wes.
Be right back.
Okay.
Wes scurries off.
Okay.
And in the meantime, Buka's like, and I have an elixir for you.
Nice.
So I hand him it's a minor elixir, but it's one of my formulas.
Okay. What does it do?
It only does 1d6, but hey, every point is helpful.
Nice. So it heals 1d6 for him?
Yes.
Awesome.
Elixir of life, minor.
What does it look
Nice.
like? What do your elixirs look like?
They're probably, I would say, like they look like if you were to take root vegetables and put them in a bullet.
Oh, God.
So it's kind of thick,
Yeah.
but, refreshing, a little spicy. Tastes like radishes and turnips.
Here's your horseradish Slurpee. Enjoy.
Yeah. You're going to feel great.
Yeah. So you take it back.
Also, not that you would need it because you're a paladin, but for 10 minutes you also have a +1 to disease and poison. +1 item bonus.
Nice. So
Well, I grabbed the wrong herbs. Wait,
Okay, so then let's do this. So you are trained with nature, right? You're not an expert. Wes?
I have 5 in nature, which is expert level.
No, it's trained. I think you're trained. If it was expert, it would be the proficiency bonus would be 7. Because the way the proficiency bonus is calculated is like if you're looking on the PDF, it'll say E next to it if it's an expert, or it'll say T if you're trained.
Oh, that's 4 plus your character level?
Yes, exactly. So like the trained level is 2 plus your character level. The expert level is 4 plus your character level.
Right, yeah, so I'm only trained.
Okay, cool. The reason I asked that is because that tells you how much you can try and restore for hit points. What you're doing is, instead of having like a short rest, like the way you do in 5e, you have this option to try and like bind wounds. Now, in terms of conditions, Arlen, you're not wounded, right?
No.
No, you weren't taken down. Okay, so then Wes, what does it look like as you apply this poultice?
Do I need to find the herbs first?
I'm going to assume you did that. Like, you guys are sort of in a rush right now, so I imagine you've been picking up some stuff. You know what I think?
Always pick weeds.
Yeah, and you know what? Knowing that you were, worried about reaching your allies, I imagine you were kind of snagging stuff on the way as you saw it, too. Because you move a little bit faster than what Buka does, you may have had a chance to, like, scoot ahead and grab, like, the frozen berries or, whatever. There's some kind of, winter season thing that pokes its way through the snow. So,
a nature check, then, for the necromancer?
Yes, please, yeah. And the difficulty is a 15. Oh no. Okay, so that is just a failure, but you do have 2 here.
I have 2 hero points, though, and I think this is something that Wes really wants. He's trying to impress Sir Yvain, so he, realizes he's about to put the wrong herb in, and he, pulls back and just fixes it up.
In addition to that, did you notice that you also have your Halfling Luck?
Really?
Yeah.
Reduce the DC of flat checks by 2/3. Oh, that's keen eyes. Where's my Halfling Luck?
It'll be under Ancestry feats, or Ancestry abilities.
Halfling Luck. Reroll a skilled failed check. You must use the new results.
I
think this is worth a hero point.
Nice. Go ahead. Let's try it again here. Okay. Halfling luck is once a day. Okay.
Hero points are heroic forever.
Nice. Okay, so go ahead and roll nature a second time. Let's see how you do.
Mm.
Oh my god, look at this! Steve
Sierra,
O,
roll
are you
20,
joining
stop
us?
hating. I just came back.
Hey, look at that! Hey, big man, what's shaking?
Not too much, buddy. How you doing?
Not too bad.
What's going on? Hey, I thought I'd drop in. Sorry I'm late.
That's quite all right.
Quite all right.
Oh, I'm getting a little feedback on your end there.
Sure, I'll turn that down.
Perfect. Oh, you might want to turn it... yeah, there we go. Oh, can you hear us still?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Perfect, okay. Oh, Wes! What's going on? You're going down. Wrong
Hey,
direction.
Can you guys hear Steve?
I can, yeah.
Okay. I was hearing you talk to yourself, so I'm going to reconnect.
Okay. Nice. Can everyone else hear Steve?
Yeah, I hear Steve.
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't
I
hear
don't-
Wes. No.
I don't hear Steve.
It's fine to make sure you have your call valid.
Should I
We
read?
like to tie them off.
All right.
He's muted.
Yeah, okay. So the... Let's see here. When...
Well then.
So Wes, yeah, you've spent a hero point. Now you can only spend one hero point for a task, but there is no such restriction on Halfling Luck, though. Are you feeling Halfling lucky?
I can spend a hero point and then Halfling Luck and try to win this thing?
You can.
Well, let's use it all, folks, because, you know, injured friends are injured friends, and I don't like that.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so you have succeeded. Now, you didn't get a crit success, and in this thing, as a refresher for you guys, remember if you beat your target number by 10, that's a crit success. If you fail by more than 10, it is a crit fumble. But that's still a crit success. That still is a success, which means you get to restore 2d8 hit points.
Nice.
Yeah. So go ahead, Sir Yvain. Now, Werbin, you are currently in the middle of this swamp with everybody else.
Okay.
You guys have successfully found... You may remember that you guys went out into the swamp in search of Tamsin. That was the miller's son. You guys have rescued him, and you're on your way back there. Let me ping here, Steve, to show you so you know where you are. Boom. Can you see yourself now?
Thank you. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, your character sheet isn't quite filled out, but we'll make it do as we go, because we've switched over to a new character sheet here. Okay. Are you able to access the PDF I sent you, though, the character sheet?
Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So, wow, 9 back. Okay, so, guys, you are now back up, Sir Yvain. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling quite a bit better. I am over half hit points up from at about a quarter.
Arlen.
So I'm, ready to get back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, guys, what we are on right now, as is likely evident, the whatever was pursuing you that sent off those ghoul dogs, it is still in pursuit of you. Mm-hmm. So, what we're going to do, guys, is... Well, I guess there's a couple of things you want to do. Do you want to stand and fight? Or do you want to make a run for it?
We should get out of here.
Yeah, I'm thinking get on the move. It'd be good.
Okay.
Okay. And then, so what this is going to be, guys, is we will be in the exploration mode now, and as a refresher too, and for those, Carl, I guess you haven't played this yet, there are 3 different modes of play in Pathfinder 2. There's the tactical mode, which is like the encounter mode is technically what it's called, which is where you're doing like a round by round kind of second by second thing. There is the exploration mode, which has a very variable time frame that could run from 10 minutes to 8 hours or a full day's travel. And then there is the downtime mode, and downtime mode is where it's between days. Oh, we lost Arlen. Arlen's internet has chosen to punish him. So what we're going to do... Oh, and he's back again. Boom. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is this is going to be structured like a kind of like a mini game. And what you guys will have, there's a number of different decisions that you're going to make. So what this is going to model is your effort to try and get the hell out of here and get yourself back to Helix. You can still hear those bats in pursuit. You think you can hear more of those undead dogs barking off in the distance. So first thing is so you need to make, it's going to be a 4, well, you need 4, basically succeeding 4 times on your efforts to get back. There is currently, and we're going to go through round by round with this. The pursuers are currently 2 behind you. If they get a critical hit, for every success they're going to make on their effort to pursue you, they get to narrow that gap by 1. If they get a critical success, they narrow it by 2. They also, if they fail, then they extend the distance by, or so they fail to gap, make the gap any smaller. If they get a critical failure, then, or critical fumble, then they expand the gap by 1. Okay, so you're currently being pursued. We're sort of abstracting what this range is. Each round, you guys will have to make a skill check. Someone's got to be a lead, and then each of you guys can make a decision as to how you're going to help this. But there's going to be a lead person who's going to be making a roll to determine success on it. There is going to be everybody who's making fortitude saves to reflect you running through the snowy marsh. And I'm going to make a flat roll. And as a refresher, remember, a flat roll is just me rolling a dice. And then if it comes up that number, I don't add anything to it. It's just if it comes up that number, then I succeed. I'm making a flat roll for random encounters. Now, the 3 different approaches you guys can choose here is you can choose to cut over land, which is going to be you like forging into the, like off the trail that's obvious here. There is a trail that leads back to Helix. So you can try and go over land to try and throw off your pursuers. What that does is for every point that you apply to your fortitude save, then they take it as a penalty on their check to try and detect you. You can also choose to follow the trail. There's no penalties or anything either way that way. You just try and book it as fast as you can. Both of those will be using survival for whoever is the primary actor. Alternatively, what you can do is you can choose to double back. You can try and throw them off your scent. And to do that, what you need to do is to... you might need to refresh, Carl? Oh, you can't hear me. What am I talking about?
You might need to learn to lip read.
Yeah, really. You guys can still hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear.
Nice. Okay. So the other option is to double back. And basically what you're going to be doing is you're trying to throw them off. If you succeed in that, you don't get closer to Helix, but you increase the gap. So you make them farther away automatically. Okay? Now, the way that everyone else can help here is if you guys can, you can help with a bunch of different things. And this is where we're going to be looking at... Carl, can you hear me now? I don't think Carl can hear me anymore. Why don't you guys talk again? Oh, you can. Okay. Nice. Okay, so what the rest of the people who are not making the primary role, each of you can choose to do one thing to try and help out. So, you can help out in a number of different ways. What you can do is you can search. So if you want to keep your eye out, what you'll do is for each person who keeps their eye out, you'll push down the target number for the random encounter. So it's less likely that there's more likely you'll spot it, and then you won't have to, you won't have to be like stumble across some kind of combat encounter. You can choose to help the person who's making the primary role. And every person who does that, you'll make will determine what way you're helping narratively. You'll make a skill check on successes +1, critical success +2. If you fail that, it doesn't hurt one way or the other. But if you critically fumble, then that means that you are actually hindering. This is the ensign from our Star Trek game on the weekend. You're not helping. You can also choose at any point, you can try and overnight as well. The way overnight will work is that I'm going to get a certain number of rolls for the adversaries to try and find you, but you can do things while you're setting camps to try and make it hard to spot them. The difficulty there is that you will maybe get a chance to get, if they don't spot you, you'll get a chance to overnight, recover all your abilities, heal a little bit. But the downside is you will be at effectively 0 range. So if you get an encounter, guess who you're encountering. And for each of the rounds as well, the difficulty of the random encounter goes up. So the way that we set difficulties in the, in Pathfinder 2 is that we, it's measured by your level, like comparison to your level. What's going to start off is the things you'd be running across are less challenging. The longer we go along here, the more challenging they will be. That all makes sense? So,
I think so. Yeah.
There's basically 4 stages, 4 successes you need to, in order to get yourself home, to get through those 4, sort of branches of the journey. At each journey, you will need to make another upside too, guys. If you roll a critical success on any of your rolls, you also get a hero point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. In addition to our normal timing of the hero point stuff. So, what are we going to do here first, guys? Do you wish, knowing that these things are in hot pursuit of you, do you wish to cut over land and try and make things more difficult? And to tell you, to let you know how things work here too, the skill challenge is going to be, it's a tough one. So you want to make sure someone who's taking the lead is going to be good at it, and they may need some help. As you would expect, the longer this pursuit goes on, the harder the Fortitude Save is going to be. So the more likely you are to fail. And I can tell you that the chance of a random encounter goes up as well. So those options are stealth, and I'm also open to anybody making here. Let me try refreshing here and see if it makes a difference for Carl. Reconnect. Boom. How about now, Carl? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
I can hear you.
I can see Carl. I hear noise coming from Carl's end there. Carl, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I
can hear you now.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Steve, can you hear us? Oh, Steve,
Wes
wait.
is Wes is
He
just
is
an
muted,
icon.
but I can hear. I can see his face moving.
Oh, can you? Okay, cool. All right. Then,
Oh, well.
okay, guys. So we are. Let's see here. So that is what is before you. You guys all turn, and you're getting ready to just run pell-mell off into the. Oh, waves to Steve. Nice. Hi, Steve. He's gonna be running pell-mell off into or all of you into the snow-covered and the dusk, now emerging, or dusk falling, filled Barrowmoor. What are you guys gonna do here? I'll let you guys talk strategy here.
So it's
what's
survival
facing us?
checks to follow the path, and for survival checks to cut overland.
Yep,
I
and
didn't
it's
know-
stealth to double back.
Okay.
And I'll tell you as after each stage, I'll tell you how far away they are. But we'll do it narratively.
Is anybody else good in the forest? I.e. have a strong survival check.
I think
We're being
Bourbon
chased.
does. What's Buka? Oh, let me get pull Werbin up on.
Okay, I've got 9 too.
Okay, what is Werbin's? I've made Werbin in. Boom.
So, Werbin, do you want me to lead back and you can assist? And then, Badunk, do you want to try and lead him astray and stick with the group somehow, or?
Werbin's got plus 9 to survival. What is yours, Wes?
9.
9, okay. So what are you guys thinking? In terms of the actions, so remember that there are exploration phase actions you guys can take as well. Werbin's praying. Pray for Mojo. The exploration phase actions include things like avoid notice, defend, detect magic, what else? Investigate, and you can use a number of skills. The way I'm seeing this is kind of like your opportunity to try and like add some narrative flourish with what thing you're trying to do as you guys are racing your way across the way here. You know, across the frozen swamps and bogs of the Barrowmore.
Apparently, Steve can't hear you either, Kev.
So you may just need to try and reconnect. Steve, can you hear us now? I can try reconnecting again. Boom. Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
I can hear you.
Steve O, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I got you.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm getting a little bit of feed. No, I'm not. Perfect. Okay. So everyone clear on the task before you. Who would like to take the lead on this? Well, I guess first off, what approach do you guys want to take? You want to cut over land and make it harder to spot you, but then take a penalty to your fortitude save? Do you want to just make a break for it down the path? Do you want to try and double back and get some more distance between you and your pursuers?
Steve can't hear any of us, but none of us are talking. So,
How about now, Steve? Better?
Better, Steve?
I got Wes.
can you hear me?
I got Wes, Jeff, and you now. All right.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, Carl, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
It's
Can
like
you
a
hear me?
bookshelf, right? Like we're only allowed so many on here.
Yeah.
Broken.
The viewers are like,
But you
these
can hear
guys
me,
are
though?
terrible. They can't even get their video going.
It's truly the greatest challenge is Roll20.
Oh,
Okay.
multiple issues with tech.
Yeah. So it sounds like Wes, you're going to be the best likely at cutting over land or following the trail. Is that the path we want to take, guys? One of those two?
Yeah, I say we try and cut overland
How
and
about now?
make it difficult for them.
Okay. How much of a penalty? I would suggest either 1 or 2. Because otherwise,
I think Werbin's going to help because he also knows the land and he's been in the Barrowmaze a bunch of times. He's going to try to assist.
Okay. So Werbin, I think that why don't you give me a nature check, please?
Very good.
Oh, hold on. Your nature bonus. Sorry, Steve. It's not actually set up on the character sheet just yet. Your nature bonus should be plus 11.
Oh, good. Then I'll roll again. No, that's what I rolled. I rolled a 1.
Oh no! Well, that's an excellent opportunity for me to demonstrate the critical failure thing. So we'll talk about what's happening with the crit failure afterwards. So we got 1 crit failure here.
Awesome.
Okay. So Werbin is, I guess you're a little punch drunk maybe, like just from that encounter. What you missed, Stephen, in our last thing, or 2 sessions ago, Werbin was nearly taken down by a wave of skeletons. It was Werbin and Sir Uwain standing against an army of undead.
As it should be.
Yes. Okay, so that was what Werbin was going to do to help out here. What about? But remember, you guys could also search to push the difficulty for my random encounter check down. You can also do something else. If you got some other cool narrative thing you want to try, let's talk it through, and we'll figure out what the bonus would be.
Well, Badonk's pretty sneaky. Can't he do something to try and throw him off our trail?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like he could try and distract them or lure them away.
Sure. I think like that to me sounds like deception. Sure. Okay, cool. So give me a deception check, please. Let's see how that goes.
Deception. I'm not the best at deception.
Hey, but that
Pretty
is
good
good
roll.
enough though. Yeah. Okay, so what are we seeing in sort of the film version of this as
Like I think this is something that Badonk has done before, where he is sort of hiding off the trail, like because they've left the trail right to go overland, so he's sort of gone the opposite way off the trail a little bit, and he's making sounds, trying to mimic his people, or like, "Okay, this way, guys, quick, they're on us!" Just saying things to distract them.
Yeah. I'll point out one thing too. You've got this neat feat that allows you to basically leap in 1 action instead of 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you could have like sprung out, like, left tracks and then sprung out of them, swung along a tree or something, and made your way down. What about Buka? What are you thinking here? What are you doing to try and contribute to this thing? Or I guess, like, first off, are you just contributing to the skill check, or do you want to search, or do you want to do something different? What do you think?
I mean, I guess I missed all what's going on. That's what I was trying.
Oh, sorry, Carl. So what we're doing is this is kind of like a skill challenge type thing, where it's you guys have 4 stages to make your way back to Helix, and you're currently being pursued by something that is 2 steps behind you. At the end of the first stage, I'm going to make a roll for these things, and they're going to come after you. You're also going to be making, you guys are cutting over land with Wes taking the lead, so you could choose to pick a skill and give me a narrative description of how you're helping out here, and then we'll make a skill check and determine from that how that's going to affect Wes's roll. Or you could search, which is going to push down the chance of a random encounter by a certain amount. Or you can... what else could you do? You could do anything that you want to pitch me on.
Okay.
So what are you thinking here?
I guess stealth is probably the best.
Well, okay. One of the things this is one of the things that's nice about this kind of thing is it's less look at the character sheet and then say what you're going to do. It's decide what you want to do and then just figure out how we do it on your character sheet afterwards. So when you say stealth, like, what do you mean by that?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, the nice thing with this, the streamlined kind of like narrative play time is you can be really creative with what you're doing. Like, is there something kind of like alchemical you want to do?
I mean, I guess I could. Let me see. I could use some quick alchemy to make like an acid bomb, and that'll smoke up. It'll create smoke behind us as it kind of burns some of the vegetation.
Won't that leave them more easily? Like, I like that plan.
Oh, like a distraction, though, maybe. Like a distraction.
It worked in the snow.
Yeah, like a time bomb. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, it'll, like, throw it somewhere, and it'll be, we're over there. Look.
Yeah, love it. Okay. So why don't you give me a craft alchemy check, please?
Okay.
Let's see how that goes. Or does it craft? It's not a craft alchemy, it's just a craft check.
I'm going to make sure everything is...
Yeah. Just don't hit Badonk, yeah.
It didn't update my... For whatever reason, it didn't update.
What didn't update?
Like my craft.
Your craft didn't update. Why? Oh, with the higher stat.
I just did it now. No, because I got it extra intelligence.
Okay.
14.
14. Oh, you know what? I think Wes is right. Like, it's not a critical failure, but it's not quite. Well, first off, you do have a hero point, and actually, you have 2 hero points right now. Yeah.
I'll re-roll it.
Okay, so spend a hero point, and
there you go.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you can see. Well, we'll talk about I think
I have to use one of my quick alchemy things.
No. Don't worry about that. We won't use up. You can keep that for things. This is just sort of a narrative thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So you filled that up, and what I think is in like the base of one of these trees. You set something so that it would like leak down, and then when it hits a reagent, it then creates this smoke thing.
Oh, yeah.
And we see there's this darkened figure on this enormous horse, pounding through the forest. It stops, looks up, and this horde of bats fly overhead. And then it sees the smoke coming off in one direction. It points off in one direction, and all the bats kind of angle off towards that. So that'll make the pursuit more difficult. Sir Yvain, what are you thinking about doing?
So I think my best move is to do the search, stay, eyes open to try to avoid random encounters.
Nice. Push that down. Okay.
Yep.
So you are out searching and keeping an eye out for random encounters. Now, Werbin, unfortunately, has... he's like, I know the way to get here. I know the way. Come on. And you guys are sort of forging through this, this dark, or not dark, but this frozen, foliage. And you can picture how awful this is. Like, these things, like the cat o' nine tails, or not cat o' nine tails, what are they called? Cattails, and things like that. Those barbous, 7 foot tall, reeds and so forth that stick out of the woods. These things are like frozen, solid sticks right now. So it's like pushing yourself through bundles of sticks. It's exhausting. It's like leaving little cuts in your body. And you push through, and you get to this one point that Werbin is certain is a shortcut. And what you find is effectively something the size of like a football field that is full of broken and semi-liquid ice. So it's just like what you guys have passed, but instead of being a solid mass, this is all broken by something. Some massive thing or things move through here, and you're in this enormous body of water. Your difficulty has just gotten harder, Wes, as a result of this.
Werbin.
Now,
Sorry, Dan.
Wes.
Sorry about that. That's a
Never
mistake.
trusted you.
Okay. Wes, you're going to get a -2 from Werbin, and you'll get a +1 from Badonk. So you get a -1 to your roll here. Would you kindly give me a nature check?
Not a survival roll?
Oh, survival. Sorry. Yes, you're right. Survival.
Okay.
Here we go.
Do I have -1 in somehow?
No, we'll apply it to the number afterwards. Nice! Success! So what do we see, Wes? What is it that you've made some real progress towards here? What do we see?
Well, Wes gets to the broken ice and stuff, and he's like, hell no, Werbin's been drinking. We're going this way. I know there was that broken tree over there. I've seen that like a half dozen times. We're going that direction. And I cut sharp 90 degrees and avoid the broken water.
Nice. All right. Now what I need is for everybody to kindly give me a Fortitude save. Steve, your Fortitude save is going to be a +8 to your roll. So if you just roll D20 +8.
Whoa.
Whoa, Sir Yvain.
Boom.
Nice. Nice.
D20.
So I just need from, let's see here, from Buka, we need a Fortitude save from you, please. Oh, no. Oh, no, Wes. Oh, no, actually, no, you succeeded. It's only Buka that failed.
That's just straight up. I didn't add a +8.
Oh, no, it's only Werbin that gets the +8.
Oh, yeah.
Werbin gets it because that's what his bonus is, and I haven't filled out his character sheet yet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I was scrambling to the last second to get everyone's character sheets ready who was going to be here. I knew it was going to be here tonight, so... So then, Buka, what will happen is if you fail this, you will get the fatigued condition. And what that means is that you can't take any more, like, any other actions during the exploration mode other than just moving. You can choose, I think you got 1 hero point left, and guys, I see it's past 8 o'clock. Everybody gets another hero point.
Nice.
So you're actually sitting on 2 now.
Okay.
Looks like Buka.
I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
That's Fortitude. There.
Nice. Okay. So, this was a little exhausting. And let's see if Sir Yvain's keen eyes... Oh, you know what? This calls for... The oversized dice. All right, so let's see here, guys. Here is the random encounter roll. Because of Sir Yvain's roll, we've pushed it down by 2. Guys. The roll I needed for a random encounter is a flat 4. And I rolled a 17. This first leg of the journey, guys, passes uneventfully. Now let's see how your pursuers have gone. What is the lowest stealth bonus amongst you guys? Let's see here. Werbin's got a +5.
I have a 4.
4. Okay, so you have 14. The reason I'm asking, Carl, you may already know this from reading it, but there is a thing, basically, like, no one's rolling against each other in this game anymore. In Pathfinder 2e, they just say, like, take whatever the bonus is, add it to 10. That's the difficulty for the thing that's acting.
I suspect I have the worst stealth with -3.
Minus... That's fantastic.
You like
Yep.
you like banging on your armor as you move.
My armor.
Wham!
If
Wham!
you've ever been in half plate, it makes a lot of noise as you move around.
Especially with the what do you call the cold, too. It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, man, this is -3. Holy shit.
I actually just like the picture that it's like Monty Python, and he's just singing a song as he goes.
Yes. Okay, so let's see here. Steve, can you still hear us, bud? Steve, can you still hear us? Thumbs up.
There we go.
Nice. Okay.
Hello, Wes.
Oh,
Nice.
things are
Nice.
getting serious now. Dave's got the chainmail
Yes,
on.
we got the chainmail on.
Nice. All right, so here we go, guys.
Send Arlen some chainmail so he can.
All
Jingle
right,
on.
now, just so you know, I'm hoping that the pursuer does not have a +7 to their
Yep.
roll, because the difficulty number to pursue you guys is a 7 because of the -3. All right, let's see here. Oh, but no, but it was also affected by Carl's thing. So hold on. The perception. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, Dinah. Okay. So, this thing does not get a crit success, but it does get a success. Those bats are even closer than they were before, guys. Your pursuer is now 1 step away from you.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
After all of that,
All right.
useless.
So, guys, next stage. Now, the next stage, you did make it more difficult for him to pursue, and that did actually push the number down. So the combination of what Buka did and going overland, it did push things down. It did also push that Fortitude Save up a little higher, though. So, what do you guys want to do for the second stage? Going to carry on with the way you're planning, or do you want to try something different?
No.
Well, one consideration, since Sir Yvain is not good at avoiding stuff, is we could have, say, a combat party go one way and a get Tamsin back home party go a different way, so that hopefully they run into Sir Yvain and the people who are ready for a fight, because it seems like that's going to happen.
Or we try to push forward again and try to, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll, Wes might know a shortcut, and if he can get us around, some treachery, there might even be some quicksand somewhere around the way that we direct them to. I could hear that. That could slow them up for hours.
Remember, guys, you can also double back to automatically increase the distance between you. If you succeed in that task, it doesn't get any closer. You increase the gap. You don't get closer to Helix, but you do increase the gap between them. So what do you guys think?
Basically, what I'm thinking, Sir Yvain, is if we got to fight, we have to fight. You'll have to fight them at some point anyways. But there's no reason you should end up fighting them with 1 or 2 help. Well, at least be 5 of us there.
Right. I would rather it's not separate. Please don't separate.
So,
Badonk, what do you think? Keep going?
I think we try again exactly what we tried to increase the distance on them.
Here, let me converse with Werbin. Werbin, I really think we should try going this way and sit around and avoid the ice field. And what do you think?
I like it. Let's do it. Yes, let's go around and avoid the ice field.
Okay, great. Now, the tree with the broken branch, and then there's the really tall monolithic thing that Mr. Roan kept getting creeped out by. If we head away from that, that takes us towards Helix.
okay. Now,
Okay.
you guys can also feel free, in the spirit of old school play as well, you can feel free to take advantage of any of your abilities or your spells or your alchemical things to try and affect the options here too.
Well, I was going to say, if anybody is an expert in stealth, and I don't know if we have an expert in stealth, maybe Sir Yvain could do the follow the expert thing and get a bonus to his stealth so that our lowest stealth penalty is not quite as bad.
Unfortunately, I don't. I just double checked. I don't think anybody's got an expert, like, is an expert in stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Yeah, we checked that last time.
Yeah.
Well, we have more characters now, but okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
You could take your armor off.
Not going to do that.
Wes is just so like straightforward and yeah.
So what do we think here, guys?
Don't worry, Sir Yvain. We won't run away and leave you to die by a bunch of frogs.
Oh, somewhere Brent feels a sudden chill run up his spine. Okay, so what is the approach then, guys? Overland, following a path, or doubling back?
We could try the path. I think we're closer to the path that we came in on.
Yeah. It's better to move forward, I think. Not get double back and get lost and then have to...
Urban, do you want to go and I'll assist you?
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
What am I doing here?
So how are we thinking we're going to be assessing then? And it's not only just assessing. Remember, you could do other things like searching to keep the number, the random encounter down. You could use a skill or spell in some creative way. What are you guys thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess halflings have, or I have like keen eyes, so maybe I can help Sir Yvain search ahead to make sure we don't get ambushed.
Sure. There'll be two of you pushing that number down. Sir Yvain, were you planning on doing the same thing again?
Yes.
Okay. So the two of you have pushed that number down by 4 in total. What about Wes and Badonk? What are you thinking?
Well, no. So one of the things that's pursuing us is bats, Kev?
Yes.
Maybe I'm going to try and throw rocks to break up the bats. Like, as we're moving, because my movement speed is faster than everyone else, I can sort of be taking some time to throw rocks at the bats as we go.
Yeah. I will let you use acrobatics for that too, because I'm assuming you're going to try and get up. Remember the growth of trees and whatnot. While they're bare at this time of year, the limbs still kind of like twist and wind together, overhead. So you could scramble up those trees quite easily, or leap into them and then just use your acrobatics.
Yeah, and move along in the trees and have a better shot at the bats.
Sure,
yeah, that's great.
What about Wes? What are you thinking about doing?
Wes is going to try to lead us out of here. He's going to try and find a path and keep us on the right path.
Okay. So you're just going to help...
assisting Urban.
Assisting Urban with that. Okay, cool. So then let's do this. I think we're going to go... Wes will be survival, I suppose, then. But Donk is acrobatics. Each of you guys can go ahead and give me skill checks for those, please. And let's see how things work out. Nice! Oh, man.
Which one?
Donk, nice. Wes, you were so close to a crit success there, too.
I know. Yeah.
Oh. All right, so...
Actually, I'm going to use a hero point, and I'm going to go for a crit success.
Yeah, sounds good. Come on.
Do it!
Big money.
Oh!
So close. All right, however, both of you guys will give +2. So, Werbin, you are now going to have a +11 to your survival check.
Sweet. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Watch this.
Here we go.
1. All right. And, that's religion. Hold on. Try again.
Nice.
Oh.
+9, and that's not including your +2. So it's actually a that's a 27.
Well, no, it's 37.
No, because it's that includes, you rolled a 16 plus 9 is 25 plus 2 more is a 27.
Nice. All right.
You want to hear some good news, guys? That's a crit success.
Awesome.
Nice. So that means that I'm going to reduce the amount that your pursuer gets to you by 1. So first up, let's do this in order here. First things first, I would like each of you to kindly give me a Fortitude save, please. You guys are keeping your way, Sir Yvain and Buka, you are keeping your eyes trained out. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys are killing these fort saves. Awesome. Okay.
You get a crit success on a fort save?
You can, yeah. It doesn't have a specific effect on this one.
Wes gets a second win.
No, you know what I'll say? I'll tell you what, guys. If you get a crit success, let me see here. The difficulty was 14. You didn't modify it whatsoever. Anyone who rolled 24 or higher, you get +1 to your next fort save. You've marshaled your strength. So that, yeah. Now, there's 2 of you guys who have been pursuing or keeping an eye out. So you once again have pushed that random encounter roll down to a 4. Guys, I am so sorry to say that 4 is right next to the number I rolled. So it was a 12. No random encounter. Now let's see how your pursuer did. Actually, I'll roll the big one again, too, because it has a much more satisfying auditory... Oh, and I rolled fucking terrible this time. So it did... let me think here. Well, unfortunately, because of Sir Yvain is so loud, it does get a success, but success is only 1 closer, which means that it's reduced by 1 because of your critical success. What you guys can see is, as, Buka... And Sir Yvain are keeping an eye out. Wes, you're sort of tracking ahead with Werbin. Badonk, you're skipping around and and there's maybe we see one and again the film version of this seen from a bird's eye view. We're looking down and we see one of these vicious looking, and these bats are not like tiny little things too. These are these like feral looking, long ears, red-eyed, just disgusting needle, a mouth full of needle sharp teeth. Flying along, and it looks down and sees you guys, and kind of it opens its jaw as if to scream out, and then suddenly boom, its neck is broken by a stone, and it pinwheels down, and we see Badonk looking up, and then he leaps down to another tree, to another tree, to another tree. Your pursuer is still 1 away. You think you guys can hear? We're into the point now where it is nighttime. So you're making your way through with just the moonlight, which is cast. It's weirdly diffused here too, because even in the wintertime, the fog of the Barrowmoor still fills here. So you can feel that there's this. It feels like ice fog. One of the reasons why your fortitude saves are getting higher is because the chill is setting in, and this is just something you cannot dress for. All right, guys, that is 2 stages down.
Steve's gonna have a nap, and we're gonna set camp.
Next Werbin's like, I did my part. So, guys, what are we doing next here? We got the choice of it is 1 away. You're getting closer to home. You seem heartened. You're not being ground down by those the effort of racing through here. What do you think?
Is there one that we can do that speeds us towards the... If we follow the trail, right?
Oh, that's the most direct one, and the one that's least likely to exhaust you.
Yeah, with the fortitude saves getting higher because it's colder, Wes says we should probably stay on the trail.
Let's race towards home, yeah.
Okay.
We're not sneaking away from it anyway, so let's just race.
Okay. So what are you guys thinking in terms of your actions then during the exploration mode? First off, who's going to take the lead on this one? Are you passing it back to Wes, and then Werbin's going to do the anchor, or what? What do you guys think?
Wes is fine leading. He's familiar with the area.
Okay. So then what are the rest of you guys going to be doing then? What do you guys do to assist here? I mean, Steve's taking a short rest right now.
I could use my insect form and turn into a swarm of bugs
Search
and
ahead
distract the bats.
vision as a twilight
And they can chase me around.
halfling, so
Sorry. Carl, I didn't catch you. You and Steve were talking at the same time.
Buka has low light vision, so He can continue to use his keen sight to make sure we're not
Nice.
ambushed on the road ahead.
Good call, because that number's getting higher.
The bats don't go ahead of us and try to outflank us.
You know, the bats are really kind of the least of your worries. Like, this is no joke. I'm not sure whether anyone has come back from the nighttime in the Barrowmaze. You know who has? Is Wes and Skurg, and I think Badonk did. But the only reason they were able to come back was by virtue of aerial rescue from the flying city of Serene. You guys remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, so this is dangerous. It's a good plan to keep an eye out for threats. What about Sir Yvain? You got something else you want to try and do here?
Well, I also have low light vision, so I think sticking with the plan and trying to, keep our watch out to try to avoid the nasties of the Barrymore.
And I can't help but feel that there's a little bit of a personal attack. Tev, I'm taking away the thing you like best about the Barrymore, which is... All right, so that's 2 of you guys. That means you're pushing it down by 4. What about Badonk? Werbin, your idea was to try and throw off your pursuers, make it more difficult to track by transforming into an insect? Is that what you thought?
I could do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what your pest form spell does?
Yes.
Nice, yeah.
I transform into a legion of bugs.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. So Werbin transforms into a bug. What about Badonk? What are you thinking?
Well, then that means that Badonk will take the boy then from Werbin.
Okay.
Is he small enough that I can carry him?
Oh, I mean, he's still able to walk now because you guys did. I think.
Yeah, but we're trying to race now, aren't we?
Yep.
Like, I don't know how fast he is.
He's not. I mean, he's about as fast as what you guys are. Sir Yvain is about as fast as what the kid is with his armor on. Although, I mean, like, not to undercut, you're really quick for a dude in plate mail.
Yep.
Right. I'm just thinking, like, if we're actually getting close to home, Badonk is thinking at least the boy can get to safety. If I've got to run back and help my allies to fight this thing off, at least the boy won't be caught up in it.
Okay. So if you're trying to help
him, to protect the boy, basically, like help the boy move along.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's the biggest concern at this point.
So that to me sounds like athletics. Does that sound right?
Sure.
Like you're trying to help this kid along.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Using anything you can. Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? Oh shit! You know what? I'm gonna write this down because I love this idea. So if you change the way, if any of you guys change what you were doing, you get a hero point for that. So
nice.
Yeah, because I think that's cool. That way you're not just picking one thing and going with it over and over again.
You just want to make deadly or random encounter rolls.
No, I'm actually. You know what? This is as you know, a player. You and Carl are very familiar with my my house rules for overland travel in the Ash game. Well, we're working on a version for Pathfinder as well too. Just I want it to be more narrative focused and more this, and I think that's a great idea. That way, to get around the issue of you guys just constantly using the same. And I don't mean you guys. But
right. I run in the trees. I throw rocks at the bat.
Yeah, love it. Okay. So give me, let's see here. So then the primary is going to be Wes. Werbin, you don't need to roll because you use the special ability. We got 2 people keeping out search. Badonk, let's see how you do here.
Come on, Badonk.
Come on.
Oh,
nice. Not quite. Oh, athletics, not acrobatics.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, wrong one.
That's okay. Ooh. So this is a little, you know what? You've been running pretty much, you realize at this point you've been running almost the full time, and given your height difference between the others are stomping through snow a lot of times that is like almost up to their hips when they're, especially when they were, forging their way through the, or bushwhacking, I guess. For you, this is crazy, right? Like you're like, I guess the toll is taking its weight on you. That is still a success, though.
Phew. So
+1. Okay. Then with Buka and Sir Yvain keeping their eyes trained on the edge of their vision, the swirling mists freezing through every open area on your clothing, leaving you chilled and soaked. Wes, would you kindly make a survival check +1? With the +1, you scrape through a success.
Yeah.
Nice. So what do we see? What do we see as Wes is leading everyone along here?
Well, Wes is like trying to remember places and stuff, and he hasn't really been in the Barrowmaze for a while. So although he's talking some pretty good talk about, I know this place really well, he's like, we haven't been out here for a while, and we're not even supposed to be out here in winter. So why the hell are we out here right now? And he's a little nervous, but he's still chugging along and using his low light vision and trying not to get us, into some quicksand.
Nice. Okay. So you guys have successfully pushed along. Now, would everyone kindly give me a Fortitude save? And the difficulty for this has gone up again. Werbin, you're okay. Oh, no. Badonk and Sir Yvain fail. Nat 20 from Wes.
Yeah, I'm going to do hero point.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Sir Yvain, did you get a crit on the last one?
No.
You didn't roll 24 or higher?
No.
Okay.
No, I rolled poorly on the last one. So I'm going to do...
Oh, no!
It was
Guys!
just destined to be.
So both of you are fatigued, and keeping along with what we were saying, I think, as you're moving along, the thing that you may not realize, Sir Yvain, too, is as you're trudging along, snow is caking in along you, too. If even wearing normal clothing, stomping through the snow, what you end up with is shit caked on your boots and your legs and your jeans and shit like that. I can't imagine how bad it is when you're wearing greaves and whatever, all the other shit. So you are just... for the next phase, the final phase, Sir Yvain and Badonk, you cannot do anything because you are fatigued. Now, let's see.
Is there anything with Wes rolling so well for his? Is there anything that he could do, to maybe assist his friends, give them some tips on how to keep moving, or maybe they're not being hydrated enough?
Not really. Not from that. Your crit success does give you a +1 on your next thing. It looks like Buka did fine. It looks like Robin, you're good. Yeah.
I got a total of 30 then, because I had a +1 from the last time.
Wowzers. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So then, Sir Yvain and Badonk, you are both fatigued, and now let's see what's happening with the pursuer. So the pursuer now is no one... Oh, random encounters first. Hold on. Kev, you're skipping past the best part. Okay, so with you guys pushing the numbers down, the target number is now down to a 6. So let's see what happens. Life is so unfair. To the DM, an 11. All right, so that means no encounter. Now let's roll for your pursuer. Whoopsies. There is no penalty. This time, let's see how they do.
Ooh.
Nat 20, guys. Okay, which means let's do this. Set your guys up in the place where you think you would be here. Let's say that I'm picturing the left side here is where you are pursuing. I'm guessing, Wes, you were leading, so you are probably in the front there, right?
Yep.
Okay, now we are on to phase 3, which means...
Phase 4.
Okay.
That was phase 3, right?
That was phase 3 when this, that you failed, and the first wave catches up to you. So, let's do this here.
The first wave of pleasure at our great success.
Totally.
Oh.
Okay. Now.
The first round of drinks?
Funny you say drink, because these things do drink.
I'd like to point out that I always make a joke, and say something positive, but every once in a while Kev goes for it. So you gotta keep it up.
This is true. I'm just a softie. All right, let me see here. Where were my friends? Meine Freunde. Where are they? Where were they? Okay. Everybody's favorite. Oh, you know what? I bet you if I search here. Hold on. And I got a lot of dogs in here, but none of them are actually ghouls. I'm just going to use this one because it'll serve. Now, these are undead hounds again, too. And let me think here. The difficulty of the encounter at this stage means I can get... give me 1 second to grab something, guys. Ugh. Amity. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mute. Sorry. I'm singing to you guys. Okay. Right, that means there are 5 of these things then. So behind you... And these are the same desiccated... hideous undead creatures that you fought before. At one time, these may have been some kind of, nobleman's favored hunting pet, or hunting companion at least, but now long dead and forced back to a hideous unlife by the necromantic power of the Barrowmaze. Guys, I am thinking that Sir Yvain and Buka, so you're going to each... first, let me make sure I cleared the initiative here. Boom, clear. Move all turns. Everybody click on your token, and then I think that for sure Sir Yvain and Buka are using your perception. Wes, I think either your perception or your survival. But Donk, it's probably your perception, right? Like, you're not going to use athletics to try and detect whether you're... Or do you think athletics... I don't know. If you can give me a good pitch for it, I'm happy to let you use athletics.
No, probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
I don't know. Not in this case, anyway.
Okay, so perception for you.
Kev, is that taking the drop down next to initiative and changing it to a skill?
Yes, and changing it to a skill instead. Because that's another thing too, Carl, is that, and you forgive me if I'm telling you what you know, initiative is at default perception, which everyone has at least some training in, or if you're using another skill during the exploration mode, you can use that instead, like if you were stealthing or, or whatever.
Okay. So do I get... They're not concealed or anything, these creatures, right? They're not trying to ambush us.
Oh, but Donk, did you click on your token first?
No. Oops. And then you click the button that says initiative?
Yes,
right?
please. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
There you go. Oh, that didn't work again.
What?
I don't know. Let's see. Hold on.
I'm on the list.
Or are you? Oh, sorry, Badonk. Yeah.
No,
Okay, so did
me
that
too.
work for everybody?
Yeah.
We got Buka, we got Wes, we got Badonk. Werbin it won't have worked for yet. Hold on, because I got... Werbin, you're going to roll your perception.
Perception?
Yeah, please. Let's see here. That's what you're rolling for your initiative. Now, again, I don't think it's actually filled out properly here. Oh, awesome. There you go, Werbin. What'd you roll? Did you roll better than me?
For perception? Hold on here. I'm trying to press the right button. Perceive. Here we go.
17. Okay, so I'll give you that. Boom. 17. All right. Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 player characters. That seems right. Okay, so let's put you guys in descending order here. All right, so Sir Yvain, you are up first, and as a refresher, you have 3 actions. What would you like to do?
Is this terrain like what we're looking at on the battle map?
It is. So what it is, guys, if you choose to move across the frozen, any of the water squares at your full speed, I make a flat check, you might fall through the ice.
Water squares?
The water squares are the ones that look like water, the kind of like greenish whatever around you.
Okay.
As opposed to the land ones. As long as you move at half, though, half speed for each of your actions, there's no issues. And remember, actions in this are things like you can choose to stride, which is to move up to your speed. You can choose to step, which is just a 1 foot step that does not trigger reactions. You can attack. You can attack multiple times. Cast spells. Whatever you want to do. So, Sir Yvain, what are you doing first?
So I think I'm going to shout, "Get the boy out of here." And then I'm going to ready my sword.
Okay.
And raise my shield.
Nice. And let's see here. Fatigued.
Assuming that I can do all that while I'm fatigued.
You can, yeah. It's just -1 to your AC and saving throws.
Okay.
It's just the exploration mode phase. Okay, so you've got that. Next up is the Hounds. These things are clever. Damnably clever. So they're going to only move half their speed as they come stalking towards you. Their speed is oh boy. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to move them up a bit here. Boom. Boom. They are slowly stalking towards you guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Here they come. Somehow, in spite of having desiccated and partly kind of torn away vocal cords, they're still growling at you with this raspy voice. Werbin, what would you like to do?
I will cast Enlarge on... Who is that? Who wants it?
On Sir Yvain or Badonk will be your melee fighters.
Okay.
Do it.
All right, let's go with Badonk.
Okay, well, how many actions...
Giant Badonk.
The, what do you call it? Enlarges is how many... what do you call
I
it?
have to move.
Let's see. Hold on. So I think it's how many components it has. I think it's probably 2. I think you cast that before.
2. Wait a second. Yeah, somatic and verbal. Oh, that's entangled.
No, you're right. It's somatic and verbal for enlarge as well, which means you can make a move. So you're 1, 2, 3. What is your speed?
Is a where is this?
Oh, sorry, it'll be on your main character sheet. Let's see here.
Yeah. Hardness bonus spent max.
Your speed's 25.
20. Yeah.
Okay, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I don't really care. We'll boo you 1 up. So you can reach Badonk.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
So Badonk.
Yes.
You are now large. Well, actually, you're... does it make you large, or does it make you... Because you're a small-sized creature. It may just make you like a man-sized goblin.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Let's see here. Enlarge, bolstered... It grows to large size. Yeah, regardless.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you now have reach, which means you got a 10-foot reach, and you get +2 to melee damage.
Awesome.
what does Badonk do in response to that?
He growls at the dogs.
Nice. Wes, what are you doing?
So class abilities, would that count as I'm trying to remember how this worked again.
So if you're thinking of it depends on what ability you're trying to do. If you're thinking of the hunt prey is an action. So it's an action. Remember, you got 3 actions, so you could spend one of them to designate someone as your enemy. You could then make an attack, and if you want to make a multiple attack, remember that you have that decreased penalty with yes, exactly. Oh yeah, that's another one you could do too. But that also stacks with your other ability, where if you're attacking your hunted target, the multi-attack penalties are reduced.
Okay. So Wes is gonna take a 5.
Is hunted shot? I think it's a one action, isn't it? Let's see here. Unfortunately, the Roll20 character sheet doesn't have like the icons. For the
we'll look that up then.
things yet, but I think. Let's see here. Hunter's Edge. No, it's a feat. Hunted shot. No, one action. So you could actually move too, Wes. If you wanted.
So I'll move. I'll do hunt prey on this creature right here.
Yep.
And then hunted shot and fire twice.
Okay. Because of your fall, you're firing through your allies. I'm going to give them lesser cover, which means +1 to their AC.
But
well, if you target this one, there is all that shit in the way. It's only going to be 1 though. It's not normal cover gives +2, full cover gives +4, or improved cover.
Okay.
So go. Okay. So go ahead with your first shot. Oh, wait. You've got that ability that ignores cover, right?
Cover.
Yes. So that's awesome. Okay, so then go ahead and make your 2 shots. For your second shot will be -3 to hit.
Okay.
Because of the multi-attack. But let's see here.
Comp the bow.
And just click on the top blue one, not the attack. That way it'll roll attack and damage at the same time. Okay, so 13 is not quite good enough. That one is a miss. But your second shot?
Time to use a hero point on that.
Yes! Good call.
Because why not?
Yeah.
So just hit the button again?
Yes, please. Whoa! 21. Awesome. Okay. So that definitely hits. And you got your second attack, too. Oh, you know what I was going to do? Shoot. Let me do this, guys. Because we're all starting with this, I have been setting up the bar so you guys can see the hit points, not the actual score, but you can see the relative level of them going down. Can you guys all see that one bar there?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
It looks like it's duplicating the creatures, though.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just repasting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll erase the... Yeah, now you're doubling. That's the price you pay. Knowledge costs.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Turn into 2. Okay, great.
Okay, and the second one hits as well, too. So, here we go.
They're amoeba dogs.
Yes, exactly. All right, so the first one, 2 arrows lodge into this thing. But it still continues on. Badonkadonk, what are you doing?
Am I any faster when I'm larger?
Nope, same speed, but you do have a reach of 10, which means you can reach 2 squares away.
Okay. 1, 2. So 8. I can't quite reach them.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna stay in front of my allies.
Okay. What you could
And
do,
I can hold my action that if they approach, I
well,
attack.
what you can choose to do is ready an action. And remember in...
ready and attack if they come within my threat range.
Right, so what you're doing is that takes up 2 of your actions then. It's 2 actions to ready 1 thing as a reaction, okay? Do you want to do anything? You've still got 1 more action left. Did you want to, say, adopt one of your stances?
Yep. Sure.
Because that takes an action as
I
well.
guess that's not on the sheet.
It's listed on your... There you have 2. You've got Dragon Tail and Wolf Paw, I think. Or Wolf.
Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. Yeah, let's take Dragon Stance.
Excellent. Okay. So you are now in Dragon... What does it look like as you assume Dragon Stance?
He goes down on all 4s and he bares his teeth, ready to fight.
He looks like a manticore at this point, with how big he is. All right. Buka, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, you might be muted there, Carl.
So I'm gonna move. Is this a rock right here?
Right. It is. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna. How do you do the?
So
Cost double.
diagonal
Right.
movement is every second one costs double.
Okay, so 1, so 5, 10, 15. I guess that'll cost 2, 20, 25.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna ready an action that when the creatures get within 20 feet, which is about here,
Okay.
he's gonna throw a bomb.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good. Then top of the round, Sir Yvain, what are you doing? 3 actions.
So I think what I can do is I can do my half move stride and not be in danger of falling through the ice.
That's correct. Yep.
And move up to here.
Okay.
And then ready my sword so that if they come into range, which if I've calculated it right, I think they will, then I'm going to smack them.
Awesome. Okay. Then, speaking of dogs, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 3. And we got 1, 2. We have 2 triggered actions now, guys. We have Sir Yvain and we have Buka. Oh, he's 22 away, so no.
Yeah, it's too far.
Too far. So, Sir Yvain, go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Bastard sword.
And I think you are 1. Oh.
Damn it. That's not very good.
That's not great. Do you have any hero points left?
I do have a hero point. Why don't I use a hero point?
That sounds like a plan.
Try again.
The number's so white. Nice. You rolled it twice. All right. So that is unfortunately a miss. What do you think? I think it just slams into you so fast.
Well, and I'm probably paying too much attention to my footing after having gone through the ice one time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Haven't you gone? You've gone through twice, haven't you? Or
just once.
Just the one with the zombies. Yeah.
Just the one. It took forever to get out. But,
Yes.
You know.
All right. Once again, Brent feels a chill go up his spine. He was the victim last time in the ice. All right. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. That'll be it. It's making its way around. Oh, they're flanking. Guys, they're flanking. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Devil dogs. Devil dogs.
The
1,
donkey
2,
type.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. Oh, no. Poor Jeff. Jeff, can you hear us still? Let's see. I'll try reconnecting. Maybe this will make a difference. Hey, Jeff, you back?
Now I can hear you, but
Nice.
it's cutting in and out. So
Who else? Can everyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
You.
Yeah. Steve-O, can you still hear us? I can't see Steve right now. Can someone type in to see if Steve can still hear us? And then Werbin is up next. Werbinicus.
Hey, Steve, you're up.
Nice.
everyone.
Oop, we just lost Jeff again. Oh, you're back, Jeff.
I know. I just lost everyone. You were the only one I could hear. So.
Oh, okay. Hold
I can
on.
hear you.
You can hear us there, Steve-O?
I can hear Jeff.
Okay.
I can hear Steve. He's calling out thunderbolts.
Is he okay? Nice. Thunderbolt. All right. What? Oh, Tempest Surge. Yeah. Okay. Woof. So Steve needs to roll a D12. And then this thing gets a reflex save against it. Let's see here. That is not going to be good enough. So Steve, give me a D12 roll, please. Let's see here. And then next up will be Wes. Whoa, jeez. Okay, so Tempest Surge has a range of 30 feet, which means probably me this one here. Steve, can you hear us?
Yep.
Just in time. What does it look like as the one that is engaged with Sir Yvain is consumed by lightning?
Lightning just sort of arcs across in a bunch of sort of streams, and then just sort of evaporates the dog.
Nice. Destroy Sir Yvain. This thing is like a lightning bolt strikes the ground in front of you and just completely scorches this thing to a charred husk. Wes, what are you doing?
Well, that was the one I was hunting, so I'm going to switch my hunt prey to this.
Okay.
And I will do hunted shot, so I'll shoot twice.
Nice.
And
so let's see here. That's really badass. You can declare your thing, you can do your hunted shot, and you can still do another attack afterwards, too, as your final action. So that is a hit.
Not much damage, but...
Hey, every little bit helps. That one is a lot better. Yeah, wowzers. Okay, that's not, unfortunately, not quite a crit. Oh, and it's also got -3, so it's a 20. But that's it. If you want to make, you got one more action left. If you want to make one more, it's a -6.
Sure, what the heck? I'm Wes, the super archer.
Here we go. Show them how it's done. That is not quite good enough. Clearly, your bow is a little frozen. But Donkadonk, what are you doing?
Let's see. I will move forward and attack straight here.
Nice. And you got the reach. So this enormous goblin comes lumbering forward out onto the ice. Sir Yvain, you can hear it strain and crack underneath each heavy footstep. So you know what's just happened? The flat DC has just gone up. Okay. Whoa! Holy shit, that's a crit! So Badonk goes in with his Dragon Tail Strike. You've done 20... What does it look like as you smoosh this thing? That's not even including the +4 you get from your size. So I think...
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, you're on ice if you want to make use of that, too.
Well, I think he bites its head off.
Oh, God. All right. Now, that was only one of your attacks. You still have... you had one action to stride out there, one action to make the attack. You still have one more action. What do you want to do?
It's like a 5-foot step, then smack it again.
I think a 5 foot... that would be a step is an actual action in it, so...
Too bad he can't charge.
Can he attack this? Oh, I guess not.
No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's too far away. I guess internet is not agreeing with him, too. Who's purple-colored? Buka. So here, Buka, why don't you start your turn, and then when we hear from Jeff again, let me hit reconnect and see if that helps out. Here, boom. Does that help out, Jeff? Are you back?
Oh, yeah. Now I can hear you again.
Perfect. Okay. So, Badonk, you got one more action.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I can... no, I can't ready an action.
No.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay where I am and protect Sir Yvain's back.
Okay. Buka, what are you doing?
Okay. Buka is going to stride to here.
Okay.
And he's going to throw a bomb at this guy.
Nice. Okay, now, the way that bombs work in this is a little different from before. I'm just going to look it up again because I can't remember how that works. I just remember...
Yeah, they have like an attack for it. Like, there was like alchemical bomb.
Yeah, so what it is, let's see here. They are martial thrown weapons with a range increment of 20. Oh, so there you go. You make a weapon attack roll against the target's AC, as you would for any other weapon. Mm-hmm. And if it's got the splash trait, all creatures within 5 feet of the target take the listed splash damage. On a failure, the target of the attack still takes the splash damage, it's not the full damage. And if you crits fail, then nobody takes anything.
Okay.
Okay, so
Alchemist Fire Lesser.
here we go. Whew.
So I will roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Nice. So that is a success. That hits, and no one is close enough. Is this one over here? I take
It
it.
was this one here. Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
at 20 feet.
Nice. So boom, hits that thing, and
That's persistent one fire damage.
excellent. Okay, so that means I need to roll. It's a flat roll of DC 15 for it to go away, unless it does something different, and it is too dumb to do that. Buka, anything else?
That was 2. So I guess I should have asked before how the alchemical familiar works. Yeah, it says it can do a quick alchemy for me, but that.
Okay, so any familiars? Actually, no, it's a good question. And so the way that like familiars or summon creatures or work here, they are something called a minion. And what the minions have is 2 actions. They don't have 3 actions like everyone else. They have 2, and I believe you spend an action to give them direction. So if you want them to do something, you got to do that. I'll look up the rules. I might be wrong about the attack stuff. If you can attack with them, but I'll check afterwards. But I'm pretty sure that's what you have to do.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's weird because I mean he could I could with my last action what I was thinking of doing with my last action I can direct him.
Yeah.
And he can do quick alchemy.
Is quick alchemy a 2-action thing?
No, it's just 1 action, and he can make another bomb for me.
Oh sure, yeah.
But then I don't know. The weird thing is it's like a quick alchemy only lasts until the end of your turn, until your next turn. So unless he can throw it, it's kind of a waste. That was my.
was
kind of weird.
You know what? I'll
Unless
take a
he
look
can-
at that like, when we finish up the session. I'll take a look up and make sure I understand the rules for that.
Yeah, I can have them.
For now, what I'm going to say is that yeah, I mean, I is it until the end of your turn or end of next turn?
It says, quick alchemy. I was right there. But
That's okay.
it's
We're all
until the
learning
end
here.
of start of your next turn. That's what I remember. That's why I thought it was.
Swiftly make up a short-lived alchemy at a moment's notice. Create a single thing. Blah blah blah. It only remains potent until the start of your next turn. Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
weird.
it sounds like the way you would use that is you would have him make something at the beginning of your turn, and then you could throw it or get it from him and throw it in the same turn.
Yeah, then he could hand it to you as an action. You could throw it
Yeah.
in that same turn. Yeah, I think that's
If you don't have one prepared.
right. Well, then instead of doing that,
Yeah.
can I take another? So I threw that bomb. That was an action. Is there a restriction on?
So you have to spend an
Taking
action
another
to instruct them, and then they gain 2 actions. And
not
then
attack.
I don't think they're restricted in their. I mean, familiars aren't like animal companions. So your familiar has 5 hit points for each of your levels. It's tiny.
Right. Throw it.
Let's see here. I don't think it can attack, but you do get to pick familiar abilities here.
Right. I took the manual dexterity and the alchemy one.
The lab assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it needs manual dexterity. So my little.
I
so
see.
I'll-
Okay.
Maybe I'll do that next time.
Sure. And let me read.
I-
I'll read the rules for familiars over more closely too, so to see. Because I don't want to. We're kind of at the end of the session right now, anyway, so I don't want to.
Oh, and instead I'm going to do is there a restriction on drinking something else?
That would be an interact with object. So you'd need 1 to interact with it to get it out, and then you could glug glug glug.
Okay. So then I'll just ready my bestial mutagen.
Nice. Okay. So that is ready. Sir Yvain, what are you doing?
I think just step and smack.
Okay.
Step like that.
Here we go. And
Swing.
whoa, that's a crit.
That.
So that is, holy shit, 18 points of damage. Yeah. So you stride forward and cleave through that thing easily. 1 more action.
1 more action. I'm going to.
Do you get that shield up, or do you?
Yeah, I think that the shield up is what.
Remember what these things did last time, eh? The infusion of necrotic energy.
Yep. It'd be good to not get hit by them. So yeah, shield up.
Okay. So speaking of our heroes, I mean the dogs. 1, 2, 3. racing forward. And it needs to get in, so it leaves it only one attack. This thing strides in, dekes one way, dekes the other way, and leaps forward, trying to get underneath your shield. And it rolls crap. And I think it's a miss. Your shield easily, bam, slams this thing in the head, knocking it down. Badonkadonk. We got 1, 2, 3. And then it moves in on you. Now, because you are not a fighter, you do not have an attack of opportunity. So this thing gets in, and it's going to try and attack you. It only has one attack as well. I don't think that's going to hit either. Does a 15 hit your AC?
No.
Okay, so you deke to the side. Even as big as you are still incredibly nimble. Werbin, what are you doing?
Werbin is going to, he's going to, I guess, move, and then El Zappo with his...
Tempest Surge. Now, the thing is, so your Tempest Surge draws on your focus, and you've used up, you only have 1 point of focus, you have used that up. But you do have a couple of cantrips ready. Remember, you've got your Produce Flame or your Ray of Frost you could try.
Oh, yes. Let's. I like Ray of Frost. Let's do that.
Okay. So go ahead.
120 feet. Oh, yeah, that's good to go.
Okay, go ahead and make a... So that'll be plus your... If it's 4, 5, 6, 7... I think it's a plus 7 to hit. 8,
Wow.
9. No, it's a plus 9 to hit.
Plus 9 to hit. Okay, so D20 plus 9.
Here we go. Whew.
Oh,
Whoa, that's a hit. And the Ray of Frost does... what does it do?
1d4 plus casting ability.
Nope, because it's heightened. You're level 3, so it's 2d4 plus 4.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Boom.
Boom! And that's the one that's engaged with Badonkadonk?
Yes.
Okay, so that is, that hits it, and it nearly destroys this thing. It is pretty much just a angry-looking, skeleton that is horrifically still moving towards you. Wes, what are you doing?
Pew!
Hey, Wes, want to hear some good news about Pathfinder 2nd Edition?
If you roll more than 10, then the armor class, it's a critical hit.
There's that, too. Here's the other good news. As long as you don't have someone in the way, no penalty to firing into melee.
Oh, true line of
Oh.
sight.
That's awesome.
Okay. Here we go. Wait, was that your shot, 25?
Yeah.
Whoa! It is so close to a crit. But that is... it's the one that's engaged with Badonkadonk?
Yep.
Boom! That's enough to kill it, though. What does it look like as you take that broken, frozen, and burned, I guess, bit of flesh down?
Wes just sees it heading for Badonk and pulls back and boom! Right between the shoulder blades.
Nice!
And gives Badonk a little wave.
Okay, so that was only one of your actions, so got 2 more. I do think that stone might be obstructing your view of the other one, so I would give it cover. But Wes ain't gonna let any cover stop him.
Tactical maneuvers.
Yeah,
That's great.
racing over.
I like this already.
Yeah. Okay, so 22. Nice. So it'd be minus 5 because it is your second attack and it's not a hunted target, but that's still good enough. And 10 points is enough to knock it down. Oh, that's the deadly roll. Sorry, it's 2 points of piercing. All right, sorry. Built you up and just to break you down there. All right. Badonkadonk, what are you doing?
Are there not? Oh, there's one left.
There's one left engaged with Sir Yvain.
I will take a step forward and reach over top with my giant claws.
Looks like
Nice.
he's moving up.
Sir, what was that, Carl?
He's moving up. He's gonna badonk chop.
Yeah, but don't shop exactly. Here we go. Oh, 15. 15 is not good enough. Do you have any hero points?
No, I don't.
You know what? We're playing a little bit over time. Everybody gets a hero point.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
So let's just redo that.
Here we go.
Oh, it's even
worse
worse.
than before. Okay, but you have
Funny.
a second attack, or you get another action still if you want to. You want to try and badonk chop? It would be minus
Yeah, I might as well. So
minus
just
4 to hit then.
So like a unarmed is like agile. Is that?
Yes, it's agile. And that's why it's only minus 4 instead of minus 5.
Sweat.
Oh, actually, you know what? It is minus 5, Carl, because it's the dragon tail stance actually doesn't have a the agile stat. It does 1d10 damage. That's why. But so just make no in this version. Whoa, that is good enough. Badonkadonk, what does it look like as you destroy this dog?
It's sort of got this like backswing attribute. So like the way his claws work, he's sort of whirling around as he spins around at this thing.
Nice. I think backswing, it actually does that. It actually gives you a +1 if you miss on the first attack. I think that's what the
Yeah,
trait
it has
does.
some kind of feature, but it's okay.
No, that's great. Okay, cool. So yeah, that thing is down. Guys, you survived that encounter. However, those were but the hounds to the master. You are still one stage away from making it back to Helix, and your pursuers, the next pursuer you meet, may be their master. You can hear the sound of heavy footprints, or hooffalls, sorry. Fa-vum, 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 from somewhere off in the darkened Barrow, or Barrowmoor. Will your pursuers catch you? Or if not, will you just be leading them in to your hometown of Helix? I guess we'll have to find out on Friday. So, guys, first up, XP for the session. So, because you guys succeeded in 3 stages, I'm giving you a achievement XP bonus for each of those, and defeating the dogs. Each of you guys are gaining 130 XP, except for you, Carl. You are getting 260. So Carl's a quarter of the way to level 2. Everyone else getting 130. I'll go back. If you want to go back and check at the end of each session, too, you just because the character sheet didn't carry over your XP doesn't mean you lose what you had before, guys. So, Badonk and Sir Yvain, I think you should have some XP. And Sir Werbin, I think you had some XP as well, too. So... Yeah. All right, guys. So that is that. Let's see here. For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for episode, or I guess session 4 of our Back to the Barrowmaze campaign. Our heroes are nearly back in town, having rescued this young lad. Will they survive the last leg of the journey? I guess we'll have to find out on Friday. Thanks again for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, if you, or alternatively, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, or you can shoot me an email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. In addition, there's a link in the description of the video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. If you enjoyed the session, we don't run any, we don't monetize the channel, we don't run a Patreon, anything like that. If you are inclined to throw any GP the channel's way, I'd ask that you click through and learn a little more about the Heroes Save Villages campaign that benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, which provides advocacy and direct benefit for over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children in over 130 different countries around the world. It's a really terrific organization, and to date, we've had very, very generous players and viewers who have raised over $2,700 for the kids that benefit from SOS Children's Villages International. That's, of course, not an obligatory thing. I don't want anyone to feel obliged, but if you are so inclined, I'd ask you to click through and just take a look and see what the charity does, and see if it's something that you wouldn't mind kicking some shekels towards. But last but not least, I want to thank my brave heroes. So, guys, Steve-O, Jeff, Carl, Arlen, and Dave, thanks so much for joining me in the Barrowmaze tonight, guys. And Carl, welcome to the Barrowmaze.
Thank you. It was a fun session. We got to see skills and combat in Pathfinder.
Yeah. And the exploration mode, too, which I think is one of the things I think is most exciting about the mode, or about the the game. I love the idea of being able to gamify non-combat stuff. So cool. Then, for those listening at home, thank you again for watching, and until next time, happy gaming.